Hi guys, welcome to Scorched Earth Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Ascendant for the month of November. If you don't know what your Ascendant or Moon signs are, have a look in the description box below. I've put a link in there that will help you if you want to get a better overview of what's going on with you in the month of November. Or if this video doesn't resonate with you, try checking out those videos for your Moon and Ascendant signs. Give you more information. If you would like to contact me for a personal reading, my email is in the description box down there. Feel free to send me an email. Failing that, I'm also on social media, so you can contact me that way as well. In fact, most people tend to prefer to do that. So Instagram or Facebook, Scorched Earth Tarot, you'll find me. If you're a subscriber and you're returning, I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. If you're new to the channel and you're not currently subscribed, I'd love it if you consider doing so. It raises the visibility of the channel and it helps me get out to more people, which is what I'm on YouTube for in the first place. If you don't want to watch me shuffling and all that sort of stuff, timestamps in the comments down below. Just click on that number and it'll skip you straight forward to the reading, where the reading starts. Other than that, I hope you're really well. My October went much better than my September did. I hope yours did too. That would be nice. So, Aquarius, my loves, let's get you 3 cards for the month of November. I can barely believe I'm saying November. It seems to have flown past the second half of the year. First half of the year was quite slow, and now it's just speeding up. It might just be because I'm really old, though. I'm not sure. I have 3 cards for Aquarius for November. The first card, 3 of Pentacles. It's Earth energy. Talks about working together with other people. Aquarius, November. The Ace of Swords. That's the Ace of your suit. It's air. And the final card you have is Strength. It's a card of Leo in the Major Arcana. Card at the bottom of the deck is the Universe, which is the world in the standard deck. Let's just get some clarifiers and then we'll start the reading. First card is the 5 of Wands, but it's card reversed. Splendid. And the 3 of Pentacles. Second card is the Chariot, card of Cancer, the Major Arcana. Like it. There's the Ace of Swords here for Aquarius. Got the Queen of Wands. It's the Queen of the Fire element, so Aries, Leo, Sag. And we have the Star, card of Aquarius. There you are. Why is Strength here? We've got the 2 of Pentacles, Earth energy. Balancing out things. Where's Strength here? Ooh. Got the 9 of Swords. Okay. Card on the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. That's Earth energy. It's a card of equal give and take, or there being a lack of equal give and take. I think I might need to pull a couple more cards for this, but we'll see how we go. So, Aquarius. The Three of Pentacles is the first card. Like I said, it's Earth energy. And it's a card of working together with other people to make things, to make solid things. But what I'm drawn to on this depiction particularly is the fact that she's depicted alone, which is really unusual. Usually there are three figures in the Three of Pentacles. You know, in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a mason and two monks, and they're looking at plants, and the mason's carving these wonderful stone pentacles into what looks to be a church or something like that. But certainly it's a solid foundation of something. But with this card, she's alone. She's working on something. But it's a very different kind of feel to it. The work is still getting done. But I feel like it's in perhaps the less traditional sense than people might expect. She's got three pentacles down by her feet. And she's working on something while sat in a cornfield. This could be remote working. A friend of mine has become a digital nomad recently. He's working from home. He's still doing his job, but he's doing his job wherever in the world he feels like it. Still working together with people, but he's working alone at the same time. And I'm drawn to this spider web that's drifting out from the top of the tree. You know, I don't know if you can pick that up, but I'm hearing actual web. Like, what you're doing is internet based. That's why you can work remotely. Like this corner of the web is attached to the tree there. But a couple of the other corners, they just have long strands of webs and they're just waving out in the wind. You know, that's the connection. You've got a solid connection here to this tree, but you're branching out to reach other people away from you. The two cards that you've got to clarify are the five of what now? Five of Wands and the Chariot. And the Five of Wands is a card of Leo, actually. It's fire energy, and it's about conflict. You know, fives are always about change, and more often than not, they're about uncomfortable change. And this is a card of butting heads with other people. It could be petty, or it could be something a little bit more than that. Take it as it resonates to you. But what I'm getting here from this is a clash of egos. And more specifically, you being sick of a clash of egos going on. Yeah. Because the people in this card, they look like youths, you know, they're not men. They look like men, but they're not quite there yet. Yeah, and at the risk of sounding crude, it just seems like a lot of dick waving going on around here. You know, it's ego driven. But it's in the reverse. So either you're coming out of conflict or you have ceased contact, and that's why this is happening, because this is a card of remote working. I love it. Absolutely love it. But it's come out to clarify this. It's the reason for this happening. And this strikes me that you have taken to a new method of working, what you are doing now, because you were sick of this kind of situation going on around you. You know, this is draining, all of it. Even if you weren't part of it. Excuse me. Even if you aren't one of these characters here, wanging your dick around. It was going on around you, and it was draining. It was taking a lot out of you, and it was just, I've got such an urge to roll my eyes into the back of my head with disbelief. It's puerile, but it was affecting you, and that's why you've made the change. And then you've got the Chariot. And as well as being the card of Cancer, the Chariot is the card of self-determination, right? He is the I am. The Charioteer, he has no reins on that chariot, right? And he's got the black Sphinx and the white Sphinx. And these are animals that are going off in two different directions, right? He has no reins. He has to control them with the power of his mind. It's a card of extreme mental discipline. It's about real self-control, all of it. There's a duality implied by the Sphinxes, one white, one black, night and day, and good and bad, and all that kind of thing. And by sheer force of will, this Charioteer can make these animals go in a straight line and take him where he wants to go. It's a card of victory. But it's another card on its own, where the character depicted is on its own. And it's major arcana where this is minor arcana, right? You made the decision to do what it is that you're doing now because you understood that you were so much more than what was going on here. I mean, this is petty, this is puerile, this is frankly like a complete waste of everybody's time. It was a drain on you, mentally and emotionally. And it wasn't because it was not that you couldn't cope with it. It was because that you were weak or anything like that. It was because you see it for the pointless endeavour that all this fighting was. And so you started moving forwards with your own idea, with your own vision, with what you wanted to do. And it's taken a great deal of motivation, self-discipline, self-belief as well. One does not control sphinxes that are moving in different directions by accident. This takes a great deal of work, really. Self-belief, certainly. But when it comes down to it, work, determination, mental discipline, self-discipline, going without in some ways because you've got your eyes on something further ahead, and he will have to keep his eyes further ahead to keep these in a straight line. He cannot be looking directly in front of the sphinxes. He's got to have his eye on the prize. He's got to have his eye out in front of him so he can make those minor adjustments as he needs to. But this is where you're at now. And the second card that you've got is the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is your sword, your ace even. Hello. It's a gift from the divine. It's truth, it's integrity, it's honour, it's good communication. It could be a message coming in. It could be contemplation of so when I say that could be distance learning as well. I'm just going to throw that in for you. You know who you are. The ace is about all good parts of communication, the passing on of ideas, the passing on of truth, integrity, honour, all of these things. And it's being handed from the sky, Daddy. It's coming out of the sky. But it's up to you to take it. It could be new thought processes, new ideas. It could be somebody communicating something to you which just sets off a chain reaction in your head. But the point is, it's new. It's filled with infinite potential, so you can choose what to make of it, you know, anything that you like. But it has the capacity to be anything. It just needs moulding. You need to reach out and take it and use it. The two cards that we have clarifying underneath are the Queen of Wands and the Star. I understand the Star being here, but the Queen of Wands is a little less obvious. As a person, the Queen of Wands is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, displaying feminine characteristics rather than masculine, you know, energetic characteristics. So, you know, still active, bold, dynamic, you know, quite sexy, quite sensual, hot-headed, bit of a temper, you know, something like that. But if it's not a person, and you'll know if it is, if you've got a Queen of Wands in your midst, she won't let you know that she's not there. I'm just saying. If it's an energy that you're choosing to harness, this is a performer, right? She might not have the gravitas of the Queen of Swords, but when she opens her mouth and she speaks, people listen. You know, she is someone who could get a crowd fired up about something, get a room fired up about something. You know, she's got incredible energy, she's got incredible passion, you know, and she can whip up a frenzy with the words that she speaks. Is this an energy that you are utilising at the moment, Aquarius? Is this what you're channeling? You know, in the whole fake it until you make it thing, if you were going to fake anything, you'd fake this if people are watching, because this is what people respond to. She's a showwoman, she's a showman. She's someone who can really hold attention of people. And then we have you, Aquarius. Balanced, healed, full of hope, full of excitement about the future. You know, I'm drawn very clearly to this big star in the middle. Like, you feel like you found your calling, finally. There's been a lot of drifting, you know, not all those who wander are lost, and certainly for a lot of you that will be the case, but some of you have been lost until you finally sat down and found your star, until you've experienced enough of the world to be able to identify what it is that you want to do, or what you were called here to do, for some of you. And it's literally, the star is so big and so bright, it is literally just beyond the horizon. You are so close to touching it now, being that star. And I'm looking at the fact that she's naked, and I feel like you cast off a lot of things that were holding you down and holding you back. You've got an understanding of what's important. You've got an understanding of yourself. And you are now stripped bare. What remains is you, is internal Aquarius. And you're pulling it out for the world to see. I'm going to get another card. Well, that's too many, really. Heavens. 67 cards came out. Not really, but you know. We've got the Three of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I'll get one more. And the Two of Wands. Right. You've got the Three of Cups, you've got the Eight of Wands, and you've got the Two of Wands. The Three of Cups is people around you. It's your emotional support network. And I cannot help but notice that these two characters in the start and the Three of Cups really could be the same person. Dressed, undressed, but basically the same person. You're a shining light amongst your friends, Aquarius. I don't know if you realise that. You know. And you're giving off such a light at the moment that you're actually empowering people around you. You have no idea. You're empowering people around you to shine in the same way. They're not there yet. They're absolutely not. At the moment they look a little bit like trolls in the woods. But they're following your light. Yeah. This is the Three of Cups. It's got nothing to do with the Star card, but they're feeling so very similar. You are so close to achieving your goal, to being your star, to shine for others. People are starting to follow you. People are starting to pay attention to it. And these are people around you that are really important to you. You have emotional connections with these people. They are inspired and empowered by what it is that you are doing. And then we've got the Eight of Wands and we've got the Two of Wands. And it's almost like there's a message coming in that's going to get you a bit closer. You're waiting on news about something. And whatever this news is, as it pertains to you, as it resonates to you, or whatever, you know, when this comes in, this is going to jump you a little bit further, a little bit closer to what it is that you're doing. And it's followed by the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is about planning. It's about planning out how to action the Ace. I know it's the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Ace and the Two of Wands. But Wands are about creativity and passion and all those kind of things. This is something that actually is making the blood like heat up in your body with excitement about what it is that you're doing. This intellectual ace that you have here, this idea, this thought, you know, this whatever it is, if it's distance learning, then like I would take this to be higher education, and it would be in some sort of discipline that is quite intellectual. So we're talking probably law or, you know, something detached, medicine, science of some description, that kind of thing. Take it as it resonates. But it's something that's truly exciting to you. You're really, really excited about. And you're waiting on news for it, about it. Perhaps there's some input from friends that you're waiting to hear about before you can move on, but I don't think it's necessarily that at all. I think just the way you're shining here, you're inspiring other people. Perhaps you're going to receive news from other people that they have been so inspired by what you're doing that they're looking at doing something like that as well. Take it as it resonates. The final card that you've got is Strength. It's the card of Leo, and it's interesting that we've got 2 cards of Leo, 3 cards of Leo in fact on the table. 5 of Wands is also a Leo card. I mean that could also be Aries and such, but hey ho. It's fire energy. And the Strength card is not about internal strength. It is about internal strength. It's not about being able to wrestle ball, you know, or pull lions apart, you know, things like that. It's about strength of character. It's internal strength. The only problem with the Strength card, and I know because I probably have pulled this card more than any other in the decades that I've been reading tarot cards, is that it kind of makes my heart sink a little bit. Because the only situations that you really require inner strength are those ones that test your inner strength. You know, it's not fun stuff. My heart usually sinks when I see this, because it's something that's going to require you to call upon those reserves of strength that you've built up from dealing with shitty situations in your life, you know, experienced. And it's coming up in November. The two cards that you have to clarify are the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. The Two of Pentacles as well as the fact that this shape is a lemniscate, which is usually on the Strength card. It's not on this particular one, I don't think. No, I cannot see it hidden anywhere. Or the infinity sign, you know, it's like an 8 on its side. So for me, it's connected closely to this card. But it's also known as the card of the Lord of Harmonious Change. That's what it is. And it's somebody balancing priorities. Because it's Pentacles, it might be trying to juggle between what it is that you're trying to get off the ground, what you're so close to starting or achieving or completing, launching, whatever it is. Sorry, my stool's really noisy. Having to juggle things in addition to that is causing you some stress. It could be childcare, it could be work, it could be, you know, other things, responsibilities that you have. This chap's doing it, and he's doing it pretty well. You know, his pentacles are staying within the lemniscate, and in the background there's some emotional turmoil here. The waves are rolling, and there are ships on those waves. You can see how big the waves are, you know. And he's keeping his balance with all of that going on behind him. But he doesn't look happy. Really drawn to his face. He's stressed. And then we have this card. And this is a card of stress. This is a card of mental distress, actually, I would say. It's a long dark night of the soul. It's things that worry us. But what I'm looking at here, it's the sort of stuff that keeps you up at night, worrying about it. You're unable to sleep because you're worrying. All those swords are displayed horizontally, right? Upward sword, good, honest, truth, integrity, intellect, stuff like that. Down like that. Deceptive, lies, you know, underhand behaviour, all that kind of thing. These are neutral. Whatever it is that you're worrying about, it's actually all in your head at the moment, I think. Because these swords are not down, they're not up, they're neutral. Whatever it is you're panicking about, whatever it is that you're juggling, whatever, you actually have the strength to deal with all of this. But in the month of November, it's going to feel a lot like you don't. It's going to feel a lot like you've got too much going on. I'm going to pull another card for that, or two, maybe. Why is Aquarius worrying? Oh! We've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. That's another Leo card, by the way, I'm just saying. The Seven of Pentacles is often a blighted harvest. Like in some decks, that's how you can read it. I don't think this deck is one of them, though. It's a card of wondering how it is possibly that you are ever going to manage to do everything that you need to do. That's what this card says. Look at that woman down there, and look at the size of those trees, and she's gazing up at them, and she looks like, whoa, how the fuck am I going to do this? That's what you're worrying about, Aquarius. That's what you're juggling. You know, you've got this incredible amount of work in front of you that you need to do, and you just don't know how to get it done. You don't know if you have the capacity to do it, but you do. And that final card is the Six of Wands, that Leo card. It's victory, Aquarius. It's conspicuous, public victory. It's the kind of victory that people come and congratulate you on. You know, this isn't quiet, this isn't under the radar. This is fucking winning at life, and this is what you're doing. It's what you're seen to be doing as well. Yeah. All of these things they're worrying about, they're in your head. They don't really have any basis in reality. Yes, you have a lot to do. Look at the size of those fucking trees compared to that girl there. You have a lot to do. And you're going to manage it. It's going to be hard at points. But ultimately, it's going to be worth it in the end. The results are going to outweigh all of this. Without question. You know, that's 2 Leo shit sitting on the top there. Awesome. I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius, because I don't really have anything else to say. Except try not to worry too much. Like, you don't really understand quite how respected you are for what it is that you're doing. And this will change your life. Unquestionably. So, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to start uploading videos more often. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to get notified when they occur. And if the video resonated with you, send me a message, throw me a like, comment, whatever, because I really love to hear from everybody. It really makes me happy to read all of your messages and your comments and things. So yeah, until I see you next time, Aquarius.